Come on into the Mandcave, the only podcast hosted by best friends with nothing in common except their names. I'm Mandy Kaplan.
And I'm Mandy Fabian. And every week, we Mandys are going to test the limits of our friendship by arguing over movies, books, the latest trends, and of course, Mandy's dumb ideas. So grab a couch, come on in, let's get to it. I said Mandy's dumb ideas. You take that personally. Every time.
Do you talk about yourself in the third person?
I actually do. Like I'm a famous director. It makes me, did you see what Fabian has done? Did you see Fabian's latest work? It feels great. And I also have to use my last name because I have like 4 friends named Mandy.
I know. It's a little odd that you have so many Mandys in your life.
I suspect that I'm a narcissist. Which is, that's all right. What have you been up to? How's your week?
I have one word for you, and I think it will inform everything for everybody.
Of course it will.
Football.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's your magical time of year. Some little girls have their time of the month. You have your time of year.
I am so happy.
Yeah.
So I have my 2 fantasy leagues.
Mm-hmm.
We watched football all weekend. We're actually recording, full disclosure, during a Monday night game, and I might lose one of my fantasy leagues based on tonight. So it's taking all my effort to focus on this and not check my scores. But I love football.
I know you do. And you know what? I think you could be a good influence on my daughter because I think she really wants to play fantasy football.
Which daughter, first of all? Because there's one I don't like.
It's the one you like.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the loud one, the other one. The pretty one.
They are both so loud.
So loud.
It's epic.
Is it a surprise though? Not really.
Not really.
No, I think that's great. I actually have a question for you. I want to know how our Patriots fans, how do you do it with Tom Brady? Look at somebody who knows something. Hello. He went to that team with the pretty uniforms. And now he's no longer a Patriot, but he's such a good football player. And he and Gronk, because I know that too, are playing. How do you feel about that? How does that affect your daily life?
Okay, well, first, the people should know, the Fandies should know that I am a diehard Patriots fan. I grew up outside of Boston, from Boston.
Don't let that form your opinion of her. She's actually a really cool person.
Yeah, whatever. But I was never a Tom Brady fanatic. I would acknowledge and agree that he is the GOAT, the greatest football player of all time. I agree. But I never want to have him over for dinner. I never want to hang out with him.
You want to have the other ones over for dinner?
Some of them, Peyton Manning, I think he's hilarious. I think Peyton Manning's hilarious. Baker Mayfield seems hilarious. I am swayed by those who are goofy and fun and full of personality. And Tom Brady is not full of personality. Plus, I'm going to say it, folks. I believe he's a MAGA guy, even though he tries to toe the line and play indifferent. I think he's a Trump guy.
Yeah.
So
that's problematic. So you're actually probably relieved that he left your team and now you get a clean.
I'm like, okay, I understand why he's leaving because he's all about himself and he's going to go. Good riddance, Tampa Bay, good luck. Yeah. And then, of course, they won the Super Bowl.
Well, they did win the Super Bowl. It feels like they had really good luck, actually.
Yeah. But what I hated was we took on Cam Newton, another egomaniac who doesn't follow COVID protocol, and I don't approve of him. So I didn't want to root for Cam Newton. He's such an egomaniac. He's such a baby. And last year, it was tough to root for him as a Patriot. But then they let go of him in the offseason, and now we have this, rookie that I can totally root for. His name is Mac Jones. And Jer figured out, kept saying he looks like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. He's so young. He's 23 years old and a baby face. But Jer's he actually looks like Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine. And I'm like, you're right, he does.
Wow. So not handsome.
It's fun to root for a rookie.
Yeah.
It
makes me want to go back in time and have a boy and then name him, what was it, Mac Jones? Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Yeah. What a great name. You don't name a kid that and not know that he's going to be either the sheriff or quarterback for the Patriots.
Destined for greatness.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. That's great.
So it's fun to root for them. They had an okay game yesterday. They did lose, but we felt like, okay, but there's some hope for the future, you know?
Yeah.
And last season, it felt like, we're rooting for Cam Newton.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I forget. Like, what is it, half of your year? How long does football go on?
Well, I told you it's half of the year so that I don't have to see you in February and March.
Yeah, but you somehow got out of Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays for the last...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, I was a football fan for a minute when I was gambling on football. Like that's how Patrick got me into football, got me to watch it at all, because he was like, I entered you in this pool. And I was like, what? I don't know anything about football. But boy, did I love watching it when I had money on it.
Yeah. And you have faked it well at a couple of Super Bowl parties. You have faked it well, but I know it's not really your jam.
You know, well, what I'm into is like those last 2 minutes when it's like really close. Anything else, I'm just sort of, I'm an adrenaline junkie, you know? That's why I go camping in the Sequoias, because fast pace, you know? High risk.
Yeah.
Possible waterfalls if we weren't in a terrible drought. Like, it was a lot.
Oh.
I went horseback riding and I saw a black bear and her cub.
Oh.
Yeah, it was something. I asked the woman, I was like, so has she ever run at you? And she's like, oh, yeah. And I said, and what do you do if you're on horseback and a black bear runs at you? She's like, oh, well, you run like hell. And I'm like, well, that would have been an interesting thing to talk about before we got our 2 children and us on horses out here in the mountains.
I was going to say, is there any way to use your kids as human shields?
Oh, God,
Human horse shields. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's all about who's more valuable on the black market. Like when the shit goes down, you know, what's better trading value? Patrick, you know, from Saved by the Bell, the college years, or a cute blonde who, you know, can belt a high C.
There's more meat on the bones of Delilah. I don't think the Bears care about.
Did you just call my daughter fat?
Television success.
Oh my God.
No.
Whoa.
No.
What did you? You don't ever say she has more meat on her bones, Kaplan. I can't believe you made that mistake. I'm kidding. She's adorable. I love that kid.
Yeah.
I love both of them.
Better looking, sweeter looking. If I were the bear, I would go for her.
Aw, that's so sweet. Well, yeah, that's great.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I know some of the people don't know your kids, but if I were the bear, Abby would scare me a bit. She's a badass.
She's a total...
I would be like, oh, you know what, miss? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend, and I would back away if I were the bear.
I know. She's not like emotionally crippled like I was. And so I'm excited to see, I'm like, what is it going to be to see this girl who's just like totally confident, lets everything like roll right off her back? It's pretty amazing to watch. I'm very excited. But you know what Delilah is?
She's going to change the world.
But do you know what Delilah's better at? Creating her reality. You know, Delilah imagines something and then it appears for her. Did you know, Mand, I feel like that's a good transition into something.
Well done.
Because it's actually true, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, Delilah like imagines something that goes, can we do this? Blah, blah, blah. And then it happens. So this week, Fandies, I loved this so much. This gave me such a deep pleasure. I forced Mandy Kaplan to watch The Secret. Boom, boom, boom. And right about now.
Oh, I think I can't hear you. Yeah. We're cutting out. I gotta go.
Yeah. No.
Technical difficulties.
And I have to tell you, 30 seconds into this movie, and Pete, what I would love to hear is the very first 30 seconds of the film.
Oh my God.
And I swear to God, at second 30, I was like, and she's out. And she's going to get a drink. Like, I was so impossibly something that you would hate so much, and I was dying laughing. So let's play the clip.
A year ago, my life had collapsed around me. I'd worked myself into exhaustion. My father died suddenly, and my relationships were in turmoil. Little did I know at the time, out of my greatest despair was to come the greatest gift. I'd I'd been given a glimpse of a great secret.
Yeah. Okay, so after that 30 seconds, I thought, this is the funniest movie Christopher Guest has ever made. It was so over the top.
It was so brilliant. I love it so much.
Oh my God. It was painful. And I was like, if this were like a quirky St. Clair production from Waiting for Guffman, I would be on board. It was bad.
No, but I love how like that, like mostly homosexual genie looking down on the guy and being like, your wish is my command. And he kept giving him that come hither look and they kept playing that on loop. I was like, this is hot stuff. And like, I was watching and I was like, was there like stock footage of monks looking through ancient texts and like the whole build up to the whole, like, there was a secret and no one wants you to know it. And my other favorite thing was that they quote all the great leaders, you know, Martin Luther King and Thomas Edison, but they all whisper in an Australian accent.
Right. Flames on the side of my face. The idea that they would drag good people into this bag of steaming crap.
Okay, no.
That they would quote Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad.
No, those people said those things. And there were many philosophers who found out this stuff before we discovered it. It gets rediscovered. It is true. It gets rediscovered and rediscovered and rediscovered. But the packaging of this is so Xanadu, so bad it's good, cheesy, funny. Oh my God, yes. I loved it so much.
Man, I don't know how to talk about my feelings about this movie without insulting you for believing in this. So I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to assume our friendship will survive. If not, you've been listening to the last episode of the Mandcave.
Goodbye, everyone.
It's been real. But Pete, at 2:37, they do a sequence of like these talking head experts who are paid well and filmed badly. And it made me feel like they were all snake oil salesmen. Pete, play it.
You know, this secret gives you everything you want. Happiness, health, and wealth.
You can have, do, or be anything you want.
We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is.
What kind of a house do you want to live in?
Do you want to be a millionaire?
What kind of a business do you want to have?
Do you want more success?
What do you really want?
I've seen many miracles take place in people's lives. Financial miracles, miracles of physical healing, mental healing, healing in relationships.
All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret.
Okay, so when you're in New York and you see the guy doing 3-card Monte on the street, and they're out to take your money and make you feel like a fool. That's what this whole movie was about. And that was 2 minutes and 37 seconds in when I was like, oh, they're all con artists and they're trying to con me and loved ones.
So what I'm hearing you say is that you have thoughts that make you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Does that happen a lot in your life, Mandy? Is that a repeated theme?
Can I punch through the computer and actually hurt you?
No, you can't. Oh my God. I'm touching myself in the booth. That makes me so happy that I finally get to psychoanalyze you the way that I want. Like, the secret is giving me. Okay.
The secret.
I get it.
That they repeat over and over for 91 minutes.
Yeah, they do repeat it.
One philosophy. It's all that is.
Yes, but
it's one little philosophy. Think good thoughts. That's all they're saying. That is a coffee mug. That is not a movie. That is not a movement. That is not a philosophy. It is just a coffee mug.
Hold on.
And then
it's quantum physics. It's a little bigger than a coffee mug.
Okay. I have resources that have told me that
Jeremy doesn't count.
No, it's not Jeremy. I have other people in my life. It's Megan. Everybody knows Megan. She worked on a science show for a lot of time and is embedded in the scientific expert community because of the television she has produced. She was like, the quantum physics world was appalled that this guy, this jackass, Fred Alan Wolf, and I'm putting this in quotes, everybody, quantum physicist. And then he was doing wacky voices like an asshole. He was like, and he was claiming this is quantum physics. This is not quantum physics.
Well, he wasn't the only one. It is quantum physics. They're taking a theory and applying it to this idea of your thoughts create things. They're taking
then
it
why
very
was the scientific
literally.
Community up in arms about this?
I don't know. You know, give him my number, please. Because I have a rocket scientist, but I would really love to have like a nuclear physicist or a quantum physicist because I collect people. Like I have a CFO now, and I have a rocket scientist.
You have a rocket scientist?
I do. I met a guy at a party who works at JPL. Oh, well, yeah, JPL's right there. So, it makes sense.
Wait, was it at my party?
No, it was a different party.
Oh.
It was.
I'm like, maybe it's Tony.
Do we share a rocket scientist?
No, apparently not, but I have a rocket scientist too. So, boom.
Bingo. But no, like I'd be curious because they're applying this idea, this whole thing of like, if you look at a particle and then you look away, the particle no longer exists. You look at it, it exists. You look away, it doesn't exist. It's the whole thing that they have found to be true. And the fact that we are all energy. That's another thing that like they're taking and applying to this theory.
I was gouging out my eyes and ears with a fork, so I didn't quite pick up on that.
What do you think? What do you think is going on with you that you would block all this abundance? Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
Okay, wait.
We've never actually come to blows, but this could do it. This could make me actually physically assault you.
I fucking love this so much. Okay, but wait, we have not shared with people the secret. I will give you this. It is anticlimactic that when they're like, the secret, that whole build up of like the ancient texts and like, it really looks like people are like, like throwing themselves into fiery pits and like dying and on crosses. And it's so dramatic, the secret. And then it's like, the secret is the law of attraction, which is right. Which is basically like, hey, the things that you focus on expand, right? If you think things, they become bigger. And if you focus on other things, those things then become smaller. And their whole thing, which is like a bumpy road, but I love it, is if you focus on something that you really, really, really want and you have faith and you really, really focus it, then it will come into your being. Like there's no other way. That one is a little bumpy.
Oh, if that is true, why are so many of the talking heads bald? Wouldn't they have attituded hair onto their heads?
Well, they do also talk about, and this philosophy has certain contradictions inside of it, but they talk about gratitude for what is, right? Which, by the way, is a great philosophy. Like, I know the secret is annoying, but like, the philosophy of like, be grateful for what you have. Like, you can't live your life going, I feel shitty because I don't have a boyfriend or I don't have the job I want or what. You should feel happy with what you have. And that's where you start the energetic revolution.
Well, first of all, why don't I have a boyfriend?
You're so like weirdly moral about that. I don't.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
yeah. I agree that it's like, look, Bobby McFerrin said it best. Don't worry, be happy. Right?
Yeah.
There is something to the power of positive thinking. I agree. It's a lovely idea. What I don't agree with is like the cash grab that The Secret became, because they still have a website that I went on to where you can buy all this stuff to benefit from The Secret. And it's not the magnanimous, lovely, life-changing thing it could be. They ain't no Mother Teresa's. And I need to point out that, okay, so there's this one guy, John Asaref. He's an entrepreneur. If everyone can hear my air quotes, I hope that reads. And he is like every rich, douchey bad guy from the 80s. Like, he is James Spader in Pretty in Pink. He is the rapist from The Accused. And he is on there telling you how rich and wonderful he is because he's using
He has a terrific seminar on raping women, actually, if you want to go to his website. It's great. You're right. He's a great teacher. Go ahead.
He's disconcerting and off-putting. And then I couldn't believe it that they featured James Arthur Ray in this movie. And they called him if everybody can hear the air quotes, philosopher. He is a convicted killer. Do you know this?
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, he saw someone dead and then the universe manifested that.
He is a con artist and a cult leader.
Wait, what?
Who lured a bunch of people into a sweat lodge in Arizona and then left them to die. And he was convicted of 3, accomplice to murder charges and served many years in prison right after he filmed his The Secret Works Follow Me segments.
Oh, my God. I did not know that. Wow.
Look it up, James Arthur Ray.
That's pretty. There was... I will look it up. There's another guy. I don't remember his name. He's sort of the goofy. He was so funny to me. I loved him so much. He was like my super positive grandpa who, that guy who's like, go get him, kiddo. Really encouraging, but also didn't make a lot of sense. But I will say,
no sense.
But here, he gave a fantastic quote. Pete, if you could play it. It's from minute 13 to 13:27. It is the best description of why you should believe in The Secret. I loved this so much. Here, play the clip.
Now, if you don't understand it, doesn't mean you should reject it. You don't understand electricity, probably. First of all, no one even knows what electricity is, and yet you enjoy the benefits of it. Do you know how it works? I don't know how it works, but I do know this, that you can cook a man's dinner with electricity, and you can also cook the man.
Do you understand electricity? Do you know how that works? Nope, but you believe it. And there is some truth to that. There is some kind of oh, interesting. Well, a lot of people are very stuck on what they see and what they believing that they have control over things when they don't. Believing that things make sense.
I am one of those people.
I know you are. I know it gives you hives. I love it so much. I don't love that it gives you hives. I think it's great. But I think I thought it was really funny. That description is so bad, but it's the worst description of the idea, which is you know what? He's got a point. I don't know how electricity works, but I believe that it does.
This all felt like a Saturday Night Live sketch, but I will, if I could.
Oh, I loved it so much.
Oh, God. Still, even in this, you obviously watched it when it came out a long time ago. You were moved by it. You were inspired by it. But now watching it again, are you still moved and inspired?
Well, I think when I was watching it then, I was looking for an answer. And I have delved into this world from a lot of different angles. So, I've done a lot more studying on this kind of stuff. So watching it again, I was like, oh my God, this movie's so terrible. But the idea still fills me with joy. I don't take it as much of a Bible. I full on went into I'm going to try to secret something. And I did. Then I didn't secret it all the way. It stopped working at some point, and then I had a mental breakdown. So there's a part of me that's a little bit okay, I forgot that sometimes life just happens, and you can get so specific about. But they even talk about that in the movie. They even talk about that. They talk about just when it's about to come. I loved all the images of the plants growing, by the way. I was mesmerized. I loved it. No, I don't mean
stock footage. The whole movie is stock footage.
I know, but it was very peaceful to me watching these little plants blossom, these little plants. But anyway, but I was like, oh yeah, well, I wonder, my only wobble is I do feel there's a point where maybe you just go, I gave it a good shot and you move on. As opposed, how do you maintain happiness being oh God, that gold necklace is still in the window and I'm going to get it. I feel like you need to be a little more flexible than that.
Right. Meanwhile, one guy was I wanted a good parking space and I got it. And I'm you're going to waste this power on a parking space, it was weird. He's a jackass. But
well, by the way, good parking is really important in Los Angeles. I think you're underplaying this a bit, but go ahead.
My personal observation is this. When I want something, if I apply for a job or audition for something or whatever, and then I can envision exactly how it happens. Okay, they're going to email me and then they're going to make the offer and then I'm going to do this. It never, ever, ever happens the way I've envisioned it. So I actually do the opposite. And I try to like preventatively envision like, okay, they're going to email me and say, thanks, but no thanks. We're going a different way. And that works for me. Honestly, but I try not to perseverate. I try not to like obsess over anything because we know we can't control it.
Right.
But if I can when I have tried in my life to do some version of The Secret and like, okay, envision it, play it out, be specific, tell the universe what you want and how you think it's going to happen. It has failed every time. So I really don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm being genuine. I'm not being like a Weisenheimer.
No, I completely understand that. It is a very weird, because you don't control it. And, you know, my experience of like, I made something happen out of thin air. This random thing happened that was secreted. I mean, there's just no way around that. There's no way it could have happened except for me going fucking full-fledged and saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And then it happened, right? And then, you know, but like, I couldn't control all of it. Like, there's still, I think that's the thing is like, how specific do you want to get with your life? Because sometimes if you're really focused on this one specific thing, then you are not open to other things. Like and that's the thing I think they're saying too, but it's wobbly in this movie and in the idea itself is like people go, you know, it's supposed to be fun. Like if it feels fun to you to imagine getting that job, then yeah, like imagine getting that job. But if it feels like, oh God, I'm going to be so disappointed if I don't get that job. Right. Well, then you're just, you know, but I think that's what their whole idea is like, this or something better, this or something better. And it's not an energy that you can maintain because life is not like that. I think that's why I sort of went from this on to other things. Like I love these ideas, but I don't think you can rule them as like an entire philosophy that you have to be strict with because I don't think that human beings function that way. I mean, really, like you have things like, you know, you can be happier about things, but like you're going to feel grief. You're going to feel disappointed. You're going to mess up. You're going to like, we're all supposed to mess up and lose things and things are not supposed to go exactly the way that we think they should go. They're just not. So,
right.
And but you can still be happy in that. But this sort of makes me feel like there's a certain kind of like, no. If it's not going exactly the way you want, you're messing it up. And like, you know, I don't think that's the case.
I want to bring it down.
Oh, good.
I'd like to get serious.
Okay.
Because there is a part of this movement and an aspect to this that I think is dangerous and criminal.
Oh.
And Pete, if you could play at 1 hour and 2 minutes and 25 seconds, this is the story of a woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer and decided to secret it rather than treat it with any medical intervention. And to advise people to do things like that, I find really scary. I don't care for that.
Yeah.
On November 23rd, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I truly believed in my heart, with my strong faith, that I was already healed. During the day, all day long, I would just say, thank you for my healing. On and on and on I went, thank you for my healing. I believed in my heart I was healed. I saw myself as if cancer was never in my body. One of the things I did to heal myself was to watch very funny movies. That's all we would do is just laugh, laugh, laugh. We couldn't afford to put any stress in my life because we knew stress was one of the worst things you can do while you're trying to heal yourself. From the time I was diagnosed, which was November 23rd, to the time I was healed totally was approximately 3 months. And that's without radiation and chemotherapy.
I watched funny things on TV with my husband, and now I'm healthy.
No,
and I didn't do radiation or anything. Like,
well, I do.
Fuck you, lady.
Well,
some people need medical intervention.
Well, not fuck you. I actually think that it was her decision to do with it. I don't think you can say this is how you beat cancer. Like, that's not right. Because if you're...
I feel like that's what she was saying,
right,
though. Well, if you're in this movie telling your story, you're saying the secret beats cancer.
Right. Well, it's... I think... I hear what you're saying. And yeah, a lot of people, like some people have gone really far in that direction. And that... I get it. It makes everybody really uncomfortable. But I think the thing is there's also the other direction where people have completely eliminated the human body's natural propensity for healing. I mean, I think there's extremes on both sides. And I think her side is extreme. And I also think that, there's a lot of medical treatment that's not allowing for some of the natural function of the body. Like stress is a major factor in illness, like your diet and the things, your happiness levels and your low stress levels, that does affect your body, and your body is constantly recreating things. So I'm not saying if you have cancer, don't go to the doctor at all, but you should do what feels right for you. Right? If you are a person that hates going into the medical hospital, don't go. Don't go. That's not going to be good for you. But if you are a person going, I don't know, should I heal this myself? Like, absolutely not. Do you like what the doctors are saying? Does it make sense to you? Can you get on board? Do you have support? Like, I've seen people dealing with cancer up close, and they have to do what is right for their value system. And I've seen it both ways.
None of the opinions expressed on the Mandcave are medically sound or should be taken as medical advice, and no one can be sued for our ridiculous opinions.
I think the thing we want to say is don't get cancer, right? I mean, I think that's really what we're trying to say. Yes. And don't ever have sex that you regret, and don't ever misparent your children, and then you guys are good. Okay, problem solved. You're welcome, everybody. So I'm glad. I knew you were going to hate it.
All parenting advice should be taken seriously, just no medical advice.
Let me ask you, did you get through the whole thing? Like, were you sober by the end?
Yes.
I love you.
No, I was totally sober. I watched the whole thing. I did it begrudgingly, but I thought it's not fair on week 2 of the Mandcave. It's not fair to say, I didn't want to watch it, so I didn't. Like, I will come hell or high water, complete every task, everything we're assigned, right?
Yeah, you have to.
So unless I am mauled by bears, that would be a reasonable reason not to finish.
Or you're attending what's-his-name's rape seminar, because I'm telling you, it's really great. It's very enlightening.
Right. So these are the things that would prevent me. But I finished. I paid attention. I took notes. I just hated it and I hate you. So I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to give it 0 man jobs.
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and I would give it 4. Because
my God,
it's so. I think it's Xanadu bad
judgment
in the way it's made. And by the way, if you don't need it to be your solution, it's funny. It's funny, and the ideas are pretty cool. It goes on and on, though. It really goes on and on. So it's not a well-made film. But yeah, I appreciate you watching it.
And to compare it to anything that Olivia Newton-John is involved in is just hurtful. She is my love and first idol, and how dare you?
No, you just gave me a great idea. The Secret, the musical. What? I'm writing a song about a golden necklace. All right, so now we're gonna go and we're gonna tell people a little bit about, if you just loved our witty repartee and are a fandy. We have a little membership option for you. So take a listen.
We sure do. Mand, I have a quiz for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do the Elks, Costco, and the T-Birds have in common?
I know. They're all spelled with letters.
Yes. Good job. Yeah, but what I was looking for was membership. Oh. And now You, Mandy Fabian, and all of our listeners, aka Fandies, can become Mandcave members.
You said members.
Okay. Just head over to truestory.fm/Mandcave. The most it's going to cost you is $5 a month. As members.
You said it again.
Really? You'll get early access to shows in your very own personal podcast feed, member bonus episodes, and a birthday message from your favorite Mandy.
Ooh, I'm going to have to clear my calendar.
I think you'll be fine.
Okay, so I have a game. I
love games.
I know you love games. I can't believe that I don't make up a game every time that I see you because it makes you so happy.
Yes.
I'm very proud of this
5.
game. So,
Blue.
You know, and I think you know this from our friendship, what did you say?
I said 5 and then I said blue because I'm trying to get it right.
Oh my God. Okay. No, that's not correct. Because the question was describe Jeremy's. No, okay. And I'm sure neither of those things is the case. Okay. So you know me and you know that I am one of the world's best secret keepers, right or wrong.
Very, very right.
Yeah. Partially because I'm totally forgetful. So you tell me your deepest...
Forgetful and self-involved, so you don't even process it.
It never occurs to me to ever tell anyone else your stuff because it's not about me.
Agreed. Agreed.
And I literally forget. Like, I forget everything that happened before last Tuesday. So
you're very precious. Yeah.
But so I'm wondering how many secrets about me that you know. So I am going to list 12 secrets of mine, and you have to tell me whether they are true or false.
I am so good at this. Okay. Go.
Okay, you ready?
I'm so excited. Yes.
Number 1.
False. Did I win?
No, you have to wait for that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Number 1. I have done a vision board in the last 5 years.
True.
False. I started off my career doing vision boards, but they don't sell magazines like they used to. But the only reason I didn't do a vision board is because I forgot to stop at the drugstore before we went up to Sequoia because I was fully intending on doing a vision board with my girls. And that is before ever rewatching The Secret. So it's a good guess, but no, I have not done one in 5 years. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, I have a body in my trunk.
I'm sorry. Oh, I think Zoom cut out. I have what?
I have a body in my trunk.
False.
Correct. Okay, good. I'm glad that you know me. That's good because I was a little upset by the first one. Okay. All right. Number 3, I have had sex with your husband.
False.
Also false. Okay, good. I thought maybe you might be like, could it be? Is there something I don't know? But you're right.
I feel like you guys kissed at one point.
Yes, that's before you guys were dating. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. What's the next one? Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I am writing a book.
False.
True.
You secret keeper. I don't care for it. The secrecy.
Well, it's in its beginning stages, but yes.
Okay.
Now, I had a drum circle for my 40th birthday.
Sadly true.
Okay, fantastic. I am over 40.
True.
Okay, but that was a tough one. You had to think about that because...
Yeah, no, because you look...
It's a secret that I'm keeping very well, right? Like, I think we can agree that a lot of our listeners are like, she's what? Her perspective is so youthful. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Next.
Not knowing who Camila Cabello is really youthful. Go ahead.
Oh, she was that sweet girl in Cinderella, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew who RuPaul was. Or no, Billy Porter. Anyway, I'm kidding. I was a joke.
Oh, wow.
I was a joke.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know who Billy Porter is. I know it's Billy Porter.
Offending America. Okay. Here we go.
I was making a joke about me not knowing. Not that okay. I know the difference. I love Billy Porter. Okay. I once wrote down all of my wants in a document called My New Husband. True or false?
True.
How did you know that?
I didn't, but I know you.
I never told you that. You really thought that I did that?
You didn't?
Well, I did, but I didn't think that you would believe that I did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
it is true. And did you know that I read that document, not to go back to the secret, but I read that document in Patrick's presence and he looked at me like, oh my God, you conjured me out of thin air.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. It's got to be weird to realize he's not real. Right? He's like, oh shit, I'm a unicorn. Yeah.
He's just a man puppet. I don't think he realized that like I drew him in. You know, he had no power over it. It was all me. Okay.
Or maybe I did it for you. You ever think of that?
Oh.
Because I love you that much.
That's a good point. But you wouldn't have, because that would have been secreting, and you don't believe in that. Okay. Number 8. Ready? I have cheated on Patrick.
False.
Correct. But I cheated on everyone. Everybody else. But not Patrick.
Yeah. Literally everybody.
I truly love the guy.
Taxes, everybody.
All of it. I lie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I have pooped in the woods.
True.
False. I have pooped.
Really? Just in your kitchen?
No, I have not.
In your pants?
Well, I pooped in my pants.
The people know. The Mandys know. Yes.
I pooped my pants twice, but not in the woods. I mean, I've never, believe it or not, I am the kind of person who would have, but I have never pooped in the woods. All right.
Huh.
I was once in a band with 2 people who secretly loved each other.
True.
Yeah.
Because I was one of those people.
Yep, that's true. And you finally got over your love for me and went ahead and got with Jeremy.
I sure did.
My body has been entered by a dead person.
I would say false.
That is true.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. True story. I'll tell you later. You'd think it would be a big thing, but I'm sharing secrets now.
Wow. Was it James Dean? That would be hot.
I don't think so because there was fingering. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So,
entered sexually. I didn't think of it that way.
No, it wasn't sexual. It was spiritual. Okay. Although, what's the difference? Okay. Did you just throw up in your mouth? Okay.
No.
I have made things happen with the secret. True or false? We know the answer to that one.
True.
True. Okay. And I have had sex with a gay man.
True.
False. But
really
feels like something I would have done. I don't have a good closer. That's it. And I didn't keep track of your score, but I feel like you won.
I won, but I was a little disappointed in some of my answers.
Really? You did great.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't know you as well as I hoped.
Well, I'm a good secret keeper. You are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is a whole other psychological thing we need to delve into in a different episode.
You did great. Did you like the game? That's the game. Woohoo!
I love the game.
Now the next part of the game is you tell me your top 5 deepest, darkest secrets you don't want anyone to know. Go.
My first secret is that I have social media accounts at Instagram at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens and the same on Facebook. What are your secret social media accounts if anybody wants to reach out?
At Mandy Fab. And the big secret is I never go there. So, but try it. I would love to. I'll try to get there. You know what I mean?
Reach out, because if people tell us like, oh, you should force Mandy to watch this, we'll do it.
Yep.
We'll pander. We will take. Yeah.
100%. It's no secret that we are whores for that.
Yes. We have no original ideas.
Yep.
So, I love the game. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me play it.
Yep.
And let's hear our credits, but don't go anywhere, because after the credits, I'm going to tell Mandy Fabian what she has got to watch for next week.
Oh, God. I'm so excited. The Mandcave is a production of True Story FM. Engineering by Pete Wright, music by Ian Post. Find the show at truestory.fm/Mandcave.
And if your podcast app allows ratings and reviews, please consider doing just that for our show. Do you have your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Is there a way you can call my phone from your phone?
What? Are you?
Right now.
Well, I'm Zooming on my phone. I don't know if I don't think I can.
Try it.
Okay.
Try to call my phone because
you guys,
that's the clue
I feel like
to what I'm going to assign you.
Okay, I'm going to try to call her. This is so exciting. I feel like I'm having a surprise birthday party, which, by the way, you threw the most epic, speaking of secrets, most epic surprise birthday party I think I've ever had. All right, I'm trying.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back.
Can you hear my ringtone?
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Golden Girls?
Oh,
is it Golden Girls?
Thank you. Yes. You admitted to me recently that you have not watched Golden Girls.
I have not. And I want to.
You will. This week, I'm assigning you.
Okay.
How many episodes do you think you can do? It's available widely, like on Hulu and Amazon.
Oh,
so I thought maybe the first 2 episodes, but we'll connect this week. If you're like, I could sneak in a 3rd or a 4th, then let me know and I'll watch them too. Because that pilot is perfection. And we need to talk about my undying love of all things Golden and Girls.
Fantastic. That sounds like a plan. All right. I got my assignment.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a disagreement because you're going to tell me it's perfect too. So it'll be a very quick episode. It'll be like, it's perfect. You're right. I
got to be honest. I suspect that you are correct. That this will just be like a, what do you call it when you, a gimme or like, there's a sporting term for it, right? When it's just a walk in the park.
A layup? I don't know.
A layup? All right. It's a layup. All right.
I'm making shit up.
Then do that, but just make it stuff you want. Okay. I went there. I went back to the secret. All right. Thanks.
I know. And I hate
Thank
it.
you.
And I hate you.
I love you.
Love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.